Hello, boys and girls. We are going to continue to move on with dividing. In today's lesson, we're going to add another digit to help us with our division. We're going to be doing 4-digit by 1-digit division. And it's nothing changes with the Does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers? It stays the same. You're just going to notice that we may need to repeat that process more than 3 times in some of these problems. And that's where it can get a little bit tricky as we go here. So we're going to go through this problem together with the 4 digits, and then I'm going to have you try one on your own. And like I said, the process doesn't change. You're still doing the Does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers? You just need to watch how many times you're repeating that process to help you solve your division problem. So our problem to start off with is a high school football stadium has 6 sections that each seat the same number of people. A total of 1,950 people can be seated in the stadium, okay, and there's our total, okay. It says there are 6 sections. I'm going to come back up to here, okay, and they each seat that same number of people. So we have our number of groups, we have our total number of people, we just don't know how many people go in each of those 6 groups, and that's what our question's asking us about, how many people can be seated in each section. So we're looking at 1,950 divided by 6. This is the problem we are working on, okay? Let's get our Does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers here, okay? And we need to look at our division. Now we're going to start with dividing. Nothing changes. Like I said, we're going to look in our first place value, okay, in our thousands place value now because we added another digit. And I think to myself, well, 6 is greater than 1, so it can't divide into it. So I'm going to put my X here because I know I'm not starting there now. And I think I need to extend my thought bubble. And I think, well, 6 can go into 19. And I think of my facts, I think it can go in 3 times. So there's my division. Because 3 times 6 is 18. Okay, so there's my multiplication. Now I subtract. 19 minus 18 is 1. I check. 1 is less than 6. So we're good. Okay. I have, now again, if you remember from yesterday, I don't bring both of these numbers down at once. I'm not going to bring the 5 and the 0 down at the same time. I'm only going to bring my 5 down for right now. Okay. Now we're doing 6 into 15. All right, so we start over again. 15 divided by 6. Well, I think 6 can go into 15 twice. Okay, there's my division. 2 times 6 is 12. There's my multiplication. 15 minus 12 is 3. There's my subtraction. I think, well, 3 is less than 6, so we check. Now, this is where I bring down my 0. Okay. So now, there's my last bring down. I have nothing else to bring down. So now we're doing 6 into 30. Well, thinking of my facts, I know that 6 can go into 30 5 times, because 5 times 30, or 5 times 6, sorry, excuse me, is 30. So there's my divide and multiply in the same step. I'm going to subtract. 30 minus 30 is 0. I check. 0 is less than 6. And like I said, I have nothing else to bring down. And because I ended with a 0, I don't need to worry about bringing that up. So I can put 325 people in each of those sections. So that is where we got our division. Our quotient is now 325 people in each section. So looking at this problem, let's review real quick before you get into your practice problem. You will have a 4-digit problem to practice with on your sheet, okay? We could not start in our thousands place because 6 can't go into 1. So we had to start looking at this larger number here. We had to look at 19 instead of just 1, okay? So again, I'm going to make the same point that I made yesterday. We started with a 4-digit number, but because we didn't start in that first place value, we ended with a 3-digit quotient, okay? Some of your 4-digit numbers you'll be able to start with in the thousands. That means you would need to repeat this process way over here for times. Okay, so you'll notice the more numbers you start dividing by, the more times you repeat this process, okay? And that's all long division is the continuation of repeating that process until you have no more numbers to bring down and can no longer divide, okay? So if you need to, go back in to rewatch this problem while you're doing your practice problem, okay?